And I knew going into Oregon State that I wanted to stay there for 3 years, get some schooling out of the way, and then, depending on how I played, my junior year, see how high I got drafted.
He enjoyed college life, but Oregon State struggled during his first 2 seasons in Corvallis. Things changed in year 3.
And my junior year, we got new captains, just kind of the whole mentality of the team changed, and from day one when we reported in fall, our goal was to win the Pac-10. A lot of people thought it was unachievable, goal, but we worked hard, and every day in practice, we'd be there until we got stuff right, and that was the biggest thing with the team was the mentality, and we ended up winning the Pac-10 and then going to the College World Series.
During the Beavers' tourney run, Ellsbury was drafted once again.
Boston selects redraft 609 Ellsbury, Jacoby, center fielder from Oregon State University, hometown of Madras, Oregon.
This time he couldn't say no, signing with the Red Sox a month later. He went to Single-A Lowell.
I swung the wood bat in college pretty much every day, but it's different when you're using it in the game. And there's little things about pro ball that are a lot tougher than college. The long bus trips. College you're flying everywhere and staying at real nice hotels. So yeah, there's things you have to do, pay your dues, and I'm happy to play at each level.
In 2006, he split time between Single-A Wilmington and Double-A Portland, where he celebrated an Eastern League championship. Jacoby was honored at Fenway in September as the organization's defensive player and base runner of the year. Boston's baseball writers also lauded him, naming him the organization's minor league player of the year. The accolades continued to pile up in 2007. Ellsbury was named Eastern League Player of the Month in April. He was leading all of minor league baseball with a .452 batting average when he was promoted to Triple-A Pawtucket on May 4th. Although his looks and style of play draw comparisons to Johnny Damon, Jacoby's hero growing up was another all-star center fielder.
King Griffey Jr., being from the Northwest, playing, going to Mariner games, seeing him play in the Kingdome, left-handed center fielder, King Griffey Jr.
As the highest touted player in a very deep and promising Sox farm system, Jacoby's closing in on that goal he set as a kid.
Well, playing in the big leagues is a lifelong dream for me. I've had a chance to watch a couple games at Fenway, and it's an awesome atmosphere and something that I look forward to.
In the midst of another impressive season in the minors, Jacoby Ellsbury's dream could be a reality very soon.
High drive, left field. See you later, baby. Home run over everything. Red Sox lead 5-4. There's a drive deep towards center field. That's going to be extra bases. It will clear the bases. 7 runs batted in for Dwight Evans.
New England fighters, New England venues. Welcome to Battle Zone. Battle Zone 3 begins Thursday at 8 p.m. from Mohegan Sun. Only on Nesson.
Welcome back. Well, with New England's summer nearing, a Red Sox rookie second baseman and his wife stepped up for a cause near to their hearts. Dustin and Kelly Pedroia, the Sox and the American Academy of Dermatology promoted the 2007 Play Smart when it comes to the sun program at Fenway. The public education campaign aims to raise awareness about skin cancer detection and prevention. Kelly is a melanoma survivor.
And you just need to be very cautious, wear your sunscreen, be careful when you're out in the sun, and just start at a young age, start telling kids wear sunscreen, and I think it will help lower the cases of melanoma.
And once I met her, anytime, we'll be by the pool or stuff, I'll wear sunscreen, and, day games, stuff like that, you put it on your arms, face. You're trying to prevent anything because, it's scary, and I think prevention's the biggest thing.
Thanks to Dustin and Kelly for taking part in this important effort. That's all the time we have this week. The Red Sox and Yankees are going to meet for the 3rd time in 2007. We'll have all the stories from the Bronx next time on the Red Sox Report, brought to you by CVS Pharmacy. For Tina Cervasio, Glenn Geffner, and our entire crew, I'm Don Orsillo. Have a great week in Red Sox Nation.
Play ball. I just want to say, whatever the season, whatever the reason, it's America's game.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Fenway Park.
They struck him out, and the Red Sox win.
Welcome back to Fenway Park for Connecticut Day as the Red Sox take on the Atlanta Braves in Game 3 of a 3-game series. In what has been a damp, rainy day at Fenway Park, and all the Connecticut fans settling in on this Connecticut Day at Fenway Park as the Red Sox and Braves finally about to get underway here today after better than a 2.5-hour rain delay. The rain has really subsided here for better than an hour, but they are expecting more showers to come through. But at the moment, there are blue skies off to the left, and they are putting away the tarp as they get settled in down that right field line. Kason Gabbard has thrown his warm-up tosses. Tim Hudson continues to throw his warm-up tosses here at Fenway Park as the Red Sox and Braves get ready for this last game of the series. And this has been a tough one, Jerry. This entire homestand really for the Red Sox. Day-nighters 2 out of 3 days, and now a lengthy rain delay here for the Red Sox this afternoon.
A lot of waiting around the ballpark, of course, between the day-night doubleheaders, spending a lot of time in that clubhouse, and again this afternoon. And it's very nice out right now, very comfortable conditions. It's fairly warm, no rain falling right now, and that's certainly a good sign. So we'll look at a time like maybe they would not get to all 3 of these games in over the weekend against the Braves. It looks like we may do that.
Yeah, last night was pretty strange that they played throughout the night through the rain. It looks like maybe they could have done the same thing here today.
Yeah, it has been raining for a long time now. Look behind us here, behind home plate. It looks like maybe there's more showers coming through. I don't know, but it's been tough to predict, that's for sure. And we were sitting up here to drizzle a little bit, rain, then it would stop, the sun would come out, and rain would come back, and it was tough to make a decision, I think, when to get this thing going. Wally does not take off the raincoat, so maybe he knows more than we do.
Well, the sun is out at the moment here as the Red Sox take the field this afternoon, finally. Here are the visiting Atlanta Braves starting lineup, brought to you by Rico.
My name's Avery Seltzer from Ashland. Leading off for the Braves, second baseman Mr. Martin Prado. Shortstop Mr. Edgar Renteria. Designated hitter Mr. Chipper Jones. Right fielder Mr. Jeff Rancourt. Left fielder Mr. Matt Diaz. Center fielder Mr. Andrew Jones. Catcher Mr. Brian McCann. Third baseman Mr. Chris Woodward. And first baseman Mr. Scott Thorman.
Great job, Avery, on this Junior Announcers Day from Fenway Park, as the pitcher is brought to you by Panasonic today, and the starting pitcher for the Red Sox is Kason Gabbard.
Oh, very good numbers down at Pawtucket for Gabbard. He made 8 starts, a 3-1 record with a 2.75 ERA. Last year with the Red Sox, appeared in 7 big league games, 4 starts, and had a 1-3 record with a 3.51 ERA. You see all those numbers from the Pawtucket Red Sox so far this season's hit below innings pitched. The Red Sox defense is brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. They're 10th in the league with 30 errors in 42 games. Kevin Youkilis at third base, Alex Cora the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Eric Hinsky at first. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Coco Crisp, and J.D. Drew, and Jason Varitek doing the catching for Gabbard.
Umpiring crew, Chad Fairchild has the plate today. Eric Cooper at first base, Mike Riley at second base, and Jeff Kellogg is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
A great job by the grounds crew getting the ballpark ready here to begin this game today. It has been a tough couple of days on the players and the fans, but this group of young men have been extremely busy over the last couple of days and has worked tirelessly to make sure that we have baseball as they did throughout the game last night and again here today. Some long days for this group, but great job. As we are ready for baseball At Fenway Park, after a better than 2.5-hour rain delay, Martin Prado just called up from AAA Richmond, appearing here today after they placed LaRue, the starter, yesterday on the disabled list, as this pitch is in there for a strike or for a ball, and we're underway.
Actually, Bobby Cox yesterday only had 3 extra men. They go for the additional player today, so he's got 4 guys on the bench.
Prado coming up from Richmond. They placed LaRue on the DL with an ulnar neuritis, is what they're calling it. And a nice bounce back last night for Bobby Cox's Braves in the nightcap, as they exploded on the Red Sox and Devern Hansard. Coming in at 26-17 are the Braves, 2.5 games back of the Mets to begin the day. They will play the Mets after an off day tomorrow. There's the first strike of the day from Kason Gabbard, and it's 3-1.
And nobody's left this ballpark. A full house, even after the long rain delay.
Prado lines it, caught at second base by Pedroia, diving to his left.
Now Prado got himself in the good hitters count, 3-1, hits a line shot. Pedroia with about 2 steps to his left and makes the catch. They'll take the base hit away.
So 1 down, and it brings up Edgar Renteria. Off to a great start, hitting at .333, 6 homers, and 23 runs batted in. He is one of only 2 major league shortstops, Milwaukee's J.J. Hardy being the other, to have a .300 batting average with 6+ home runs and 20+ RBIs on the season, as Renteria with 6 homers and 23 runs batted in.
There you see the curveball there from Kason Gabbard. 2 different types of fastball, the curveball and the changeup.
We're in there for strike 2, and he's ahead of Renteria, 1-2. Chipper Jones waiting on deck as the Braves bat here in the top half of the first inning. Renteria not chasing. It's outside to even the count at 2-2. Well, last year, Gabbard advanced from AA Portland to AAA Pawtucket before he made his major league debut, and 3 different stints last year with the Red Sox. Strikes out Renteria, Gabbard's first K of the day.
In his last outing down at Pawtucket against Toledo, he had 7 strikeouts, which was a season high for him. He did that twice, once against Indianapolis, once against Toledo. Looked like a changeup that time from Gabbard to pick up the strikeout on Renteria.
2 down for Chipper Jones, who has an 8-game hitting streak coming into today's action. Jones was 4 for 9 yesterday in the day-nighter. A .309 batting average overall, 12 homers and 26 runs batted in. A strike evens the count at 1-1. Chipper Jones is second in the National League with a .658 slugging percentage. Tied for second with 12 home runs now as well. Hit one yesterday. As far as Braves history goes, he needs 2 home runs to tie Dale Murphy for 371 for first in Atlanta Braves history as far as home runs go. As Jones sends one foul off to the right, and evens the count now at 2-2.
As we mentioned yesterday, if you watch the games, very equal from left side and right side. 317 left-handed, 299 from the right side, and 6 home runs from each side of the plate.
The breaking ball and just missing. Thrown in by Baratek.
Stops it way off the outside corner and hoping to pick up the corner.
Down the left field line and foul back into the seats. Nice grab on the fly. Again, the 3-2 pitch to Chipper Jones. Foul tip, and Jones stays alive barely.
Change up again from Kason Gabbard, and just barely getting a piece of it there was Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones, the only switch hitter in Major League history to own a 300 career average and have at least 300 home runs. Will walk this time with 2 outs in the first inning. Lengthy at bat. Chipper Jones finally getting the walk. And he's down to first base as Jeff Francoeur will be next. Bobby Cox reshuffled his lineup yesterday before Game 2 and dropped Andrew Jones down to the 6th spot. And then Jones had a back problem crop up before the game. There was some question as to whether or not he would be in the lineup today, but he is in the lineup and has been struggling lately and is batting 6th today for the Braves. So really kind of uncharted waters for him, something he's not used to after so much success in Atlanta.
219 batting average for Andrew Jones. That's just not him. And sometimes by dropping down a couple of spots, it takes a little pressure off.
Jeff Francoeur with a count of 0-1. Didn't go, says Eric Cooper, first base umpire, and it's a ball and a strike. Francoeur at .302, 7 homers and 33 runs batted in. He is tied for 4th in the National League with his 33 RBIs. Leads the National League in 2-out RBIs with 22. As he went around, so home plate umpire Chad Fairchild, and it's 1-2.
Now that's the sharpest breaking ball he's thrown so far.
League leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports, and the National League leaders against lefties from the core with 14 RBIs. Chipper's got 13, tied with Chase Utley of the Philadelphia Phillies. J.J. Hardy on top. The 1-2 pitch to Francoeur. Inside, and there have really been some very close pitches.
Well, certainly Gabbard not getting the corners here in the first inning. This is the breaking ball for a strike that Francoeur could not hold up the head of the bat. Now the fastball inside corner, not called in Gabbard's favor. He's had a couple of close ones that have not gone his way.
Roll down the first baseline to Hinske. It'll take it himself. Nice first inning for Kason Gabbard. Red Sox coming up.
I am your idea. I gotta fly. I gotta move. I'm out of the box and in the network. In the zone and on your mind. Don't stop me now. Give me Rico. Rico's always ready to move me. Send me. Here, there, everywhere. This is how we go. Let's go. Rico.
Hello?
Mrs. Anderson, this is Mark Brown. I'm from the collections department of...
Hi. Listen, I'm sorry I haven't made my payment yet. I'll get it in as soon as I can.
Maybe you should call In Charge. They'll work with you and come up with a solution that's right for you.
When life hands you a little more than you can manage, call In Charge Debt Solutions. We're a nonprofit company that puts people back in control by helping them manage their debt. We'll stop the collection calls and we'll help lower your interest rates so you'll have one affordable monthly payment. Call In Charge today.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, call American Tax Relief for a free consultation. We've helped thousands of Americans settle their tax debt for a fraction of what they owed.
Once we hired American Tax Relief, the IRS stopped contacting us. That was an immediate relief.
And they settled our tax debt for a fraction of what we owed.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, we can help you settle for less, maybe a lot less.
Call 800-294-1563 for your free consultation.
Back at Fenway Park, Kason Gabbard through the top half of the first inning. The Red Sox coming up on Junior Announcer Day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Hester from Ashland, Massachusetts. Leading off for the Red Sox, center fielder Mr. Coco Crisp. At third base, Mr. Kevin Yougless. Designated hitter Mr. David Ortiz. Left fielder Mr. Manny Ramirez. Right fielder, Mr. J.D. Jew. Catcher, Mr. Jason Veritek. First baseman, Mr. Eric Hensky. Shortstop, Mr. Alex Cora. And second baseman, Mr. Dustin Pedroia.
Terrific job, Kevin. Panasonic brings us the starting pitcher, and it's a very good one, and Tim Hudson.
Well, it sure is. He's had a great start to the season. 5-1, the 1.77 ERA. Opponents hitting only .205. He's only allowed 2 home runs. The Red Sox have had good success in their career, though, against Hudson. He's had 11 career starts, and he's 3-7 against Boston. And as a member of the Braves, 0-2.
Red Sox were able to beat him as part of that 3-game sweep last year in Atlanta, the 16th through the 18th of June. As Crisp takes the strike and the count evens at 1-1.
He'll throw everything up there, too. The fastball, curveball, slider, split, change. And they say this season his changeup and splitter have been exceptional. Sinking fastball there to fall behind 2-1.
Three and 1 now to Coco Crisp. Red Sox starting the day with a 29-13 record, the best winning percentage in the major leagues at .690 to begin the day, and the best winning percentage in May. Chop to second. Prado throws to first base for the out. Crisp is erased.
Now the Atlanta defense is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. They have 27 errors on the season. Chris Woodward will be at third base. Edgar Renteria, the shortstop. Martin Prado at second base, and Scott Thorman at first. Matt Diaz in left field. Andrew Jones in center, and Jeff Francoeur at right. And Brian McCann doing the catching for Hudson.
One down here in the bottom of the first inning after a 2.5-hour rain delay from Fenway Park as Kevin Youkilis takes the strike. Youkilis riding a career-high 12-game hitting streak and hitting at .327 with 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. Left side and through into left field, a base hit, make it a 13-game hitting streak for Kevin Youkilis.
Youkilis coming into this game just out of the top 10 in batting average. This hit will get him in the top 10. A ground ball that gets by Chipper Jones and by Woodward at third base, not Chipper. And there's that 13-game hitting streak, 434 in the streak.
So 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up David Ortiz. Poppy hitting at .314 with 9 homers and 33 runs batted in. Reached base safely in all 4 of his plate appearances in Game 1 yesterday. Ended up going 3 for 3 with a double and a walk in that game. As he takes the strike. Ortiz been battling a cold lately. But back in there today for the Red Sox. Outside, it's 1-1. Great job last night by John Smoltz. Hudson will try to do the same today as Smoltz claimed his 199th career victory, a 7 shutout inning victory for him last night. He'll be heading for win number 200 on Thursday. He'll be matched up against the Mets. Tom Glavine, the former Atlanta Brave, as Smoltz will be trying to beat Glavine and pick up that 200th career win.
Of course, Glavine yesterday beat the Yankees, as they will hook up again tonight in Sunday Night Baseball. There are the numbers last night for John Smoltz.
The ball and 2 strikes to Ortiz. Youkilis with a short lead at first. Two and 2. Manny Ramirez on deck with 1 out here in the last half of the first inning. Ortiz jacks it towards right. Francoeur headed back onto the track at the wall, gone, and no, it's off the base of the wall. Francoeur will try to grab it. Ortiz to second, to third goes Youkilis. So Francoeur can't get it, and it kicks off the short wall out there in right field.
Well, David Ortiz had pretty good success against Hudson. This looks like the split-fingered fastball that dips, and of course right into the power of David Ortiz. Francoeur going back against the wall, can't make the catch, bounces off the wall. And the Red Sox end up with a second and third situation. That missed a home run by about 6 inches.
So second and third now with one down. And it brings up Manny Ramirez. Manny hitting at .252 to begin the day. With 6 homers and 25 runs batted in. Right back off Hudson's leg, kicks to third. Woodward's coming home with it, and Youkilis will be out. Brian McCann slaps on the tag. And Hudson took it off the leg.
Now that's a heck of a play there by Chris Woodward, the third baseman. The ball deflecting off Hudson, and of course once Youkilis read that, that's when he decides to go. And here comes Woodward with the barehanded play, and they have plenty of time waiting for Youkilis for that first out, or the second out of the inning, I should say. And you can't blame Youkilis for going. When you see that ball deflect like that, it's a natural instinct to take off for home. That's just a good play by Woodward.
It's the 4th game at third base for Chris Woodward. Woodward, of course, is a member of the Toronto Blue Jays in the past. As here's J.D. Drew with runners at first and third, and now 2 outs in the inning. Drew's hit safely in 5 of his last 6 starts. And a .252 overall, 2 homers and 13 runs batted in. However, just 10 hits in his last 63 at-bats at 159 over the last 19 games. Taps one foul. Well, for Hudson, it marks the 257th Major League appearance, all starts of his career. His 11th career start against the Red Sox, overall 3-7. His 6th overall appearance at Fenway Park, where he's just 1-4. A 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1 to Drew. He's gone 7+ innings in 8 of his 9 outings on the season. Bobby Cox hoping that his Braves can take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox here in what has been a strange weekend weather-wise.
And strange games too. All Red Sox in game 1, all Braves in game 2. Mike Lowell with a big day yesterday, out of the lineup today, along with Julio Lugo.
Ball 4, Drew walks, and this will load him up for the Red Sox.